This tutorial will walk you through setting up a Google Reader account. Google Reader is useful for basically pulling together a bunch of RSS feeds, so you don't have to constantly check websites to see if they've been updated. You could just check your Google Reader, and every time something's updated, it will appear there. So in order to do this, you need a Google account. If you have one already, you can skip the account creation process here. Otherwise, creating an account is very easy. Go to google.com or google.ca or whatever it is. In the top right hand corner will be a sign in link. Click on the link. It will take you where you can sign in. Obviously, if you don't have an account yet, you can't do that. So scroll down just below the sign in option. There's a link to create an account. So if you click on that, you'll be able to fill in your email address, password. You may want to deselect the checkbox that says stay signed in and enable web history. The web history will keep track of where you're going, what kind of things you're looking for, so Google can target their ads more appropriately to you. And if you're using public computers that students may have access to, then staying signed in probably isn't a good idea either. Fill in the verification word, read the terms of service, click I accept, and you have an account. Once you have an account, you can sign in. I'm going to go to google.com/reader, which is where we'll find the reader information, but you can actually just log in from that google.com page that we saw earlier. So again, type in your email address and your password in order to log in, and from there you'll have access to Google Reader. If you've logged in from the main Google page, you'll see that you're not actually in the reader. In order to get to the reader, you just click on this More link up here, and you have all of the different options that you can Google services that you can get to. If you click on Reader, it'll take you to a page that looks a lot like this one. So this is Google Reader. Essentially, there's some information here about on the left about the feeds that you follow, any new items that are coming in, and the subscriptions. But really where you're going to want to put some information is, you see your information is right here in the center. This is where all of the posts that you subscribe to will appear. So subscribing to a post or a blog is really easy. All you have to do is visit a blog that might be of interest to you. This is one that I've chosen. If I really want to follow this and have it updated in my feed reader, all I have to do is copy the URL back into Google Reader. Click on the Add Subscription button, paste in the URL, click Add, and it's been added. Once you've added the subscription, you'll probably notice that up here where it says all items in brackets, in bold, there'll be a number. That's the number of unread items you have. I've actually read the items on this blog before, so they're not showing up here. The interesting part, though, is if you scroll down towards the bottom on the left hand side, you'll see a list of the subscriptions that you have. So the one that I just added is right here, and if I click on it, I can actually see all of the posts that have been posted recently. So again, typically what would happen is you would see that up in the top, and if I just scroll down again, if I click on home, that will actually take me to the recent items, the items that I haven't read. If I want to see everything, I can click on all items here and see that here are all of the posts that I've had recently. So that's how to add a subscription. Now, once you follow a blog, you may also be interested in following the comments. So I'm just going to open up that blog again and show you how you can actually follow the comments, so that especially if you're following students' blogs, you want to know when comments are posted. So typically somewhere on the blog will be a link to follow some comments. On this particular blog, you can see that if I scroll down, on the right hand side is this meta block, and in this meta block is a comments RSS. Sometimes that'll be found at the very bottom of the page, sometimes it'll be right here, and for some of our student blogs, unfortunately, they've chosen a theme that actually doesn't have the comments RSS option, but I'll show you how to fix that in a moment. So if you want to follow the comments on this blog, again, just click on comments RSS, and if you just copy the link to the page that you've just been taken to, that will allow you to follow the comments. So I'm going to copy that link, I'm going to add a subscription, and I'm going to post that link in here. And notice the form that takes. the form of the link is the URL for the blog / comments / feed. So if you do have a student who doesn't have that comments RSS option on their main page, you can figure out the URL. Just basically tack a comments / feed on the end of it. If I add that, it will be shown in my subscriptions. Here it comes. So here are the comments. I have 10 comments that I haven't seen, and the way that the reader works is as soon as I scroll through, you can see that this box, there's a blue box around it. That means I've read this item. So if and the number has decreased by 9. So if I'm happy, sorry, not by 9, but by 129. If you're happy with that, what will happen is you can just sort of keep scrolling through, reading the posts or the comments in this case, and you can see that all the items decreasing by 1. If there's a post that you don't want hidden, you can actually just click on keep on read, and that will keep it visible to you next time you log in. You might be wondering, where do these things go once I've read them? They're just marked as read. If you want to go back and see these comments, you can actually just go down to the subscriptions section, and so this is the comments for blogging, and they're all actually right here, read or unread. They're all right here, and you can see now it says keep unread for the ones that have been read. So that pretty much wraps up subscribing to feeds in Google Reader. It's a very useful tool. Can be used for not just blogs, but typically news sites would have RSS content and that sort of thing. So essentially Google Reader can become your sort of newspaper for the day, if you like. And that's about it for today.